From the world's largest waterfall to aquatic spiders and ancient computers, here are 13 of the weirdest things found underwater. Number 13. The Silfra Rift. There's an amazing location on the planet where you can swim between the North American and Eurasian countries. Known as the Silfra Rift, it's located in southern Iceland and descends more than 200 feet, 61 meters. It contains water that is filtered by porous underground lava, which makes it drinkable. That process also results in an almost unbelievable clarity, with visibility estimated at nearly 330 feet, or 100 meters. The water's source is Iceland's second largest ice cap, and it remains at about 37 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius all year. Not surprisingly, the location is a popular destination for scuba divers and snorkelers, who can debatably visit 2 continents at once. Did you know the rift's tectonic plates drift less than 1 inch, 2 centimeters farther apart each year? It results in major earthquakes about once a decade. Number 12. Undersea River. Would you have guessed that the world's 6th largest river is actually located underneath the Black Sea? The British researchers who made the discovery estimated the river could be at least 115 feet deep, 35 meters in places, and more than half a mile wide, about 1 kilometer. 3D scans were generated to give an idea of how it flows along the bottom of the Black Sea. Experts say those undersea waterways can carve out rapids, floodplains, and even waterfalls. The amount of water flowing through this river is estimated at 350 times greater than the Thames. Number 11. Shallow water shipwrecks. Shipwrecks usually evoke images of vessels that are found in remote, deep-water locations, but that's not always the case. At Fathom 5 National Marine Park in Ontario, Canada, there are more than a dozen shipwrecks that visitors can easily explore. While some are located deep enough for scuba diving, others are located in shallow waters that divers and snorkelers can maneuver about. Most of the wrecks are at least a century old, and one sunken steamer dates to around 1871. Seeing 21st century beachgoers partying so close to ancient shipwrecks is definitely a unique visual. Some might even say it's weird. How about you? Number 10. Japan's Atlantis. There's still a lot of debate about where Atlantis is located. While that hasn't been determined, there are certain locations in the world that are compared to the legendary city. We'll check out a few of them, starting with these mysterious structures discovered in 1987. They were found off the coast of Yonaguni-jima in Japan, 20 feet or 6 meters below the water. First noticed by a scuba diving instructor, the immense rectangular formations had precise 90-degree angles, along with straight steps, walls, and columns. Divers found what appeared to be temples paved with streets, carvings, and a huge pyramid-like structure that rises 250 feet, 76 meters from its base. Up to 15 structures are thought to occupy the area. Some experts think the structures represent the remains of a pre-glacial city that existed above sea level some 10,000 years ago. But others argue that this is a series of natural rock formations that may have been enhanced by humans over the ages. Number 9. China's Atlantis. The city of Chicheng was once known as the Lion City. Located in eastern China, it was built during the Eastern Han Dynasty, more than 1300 years ago. During its pinnacle, the city was a focal point of economics and politics within the region. It still exists today, although you could say it's now in a different environment. In 1959, the Chinese initiated work on a new hydroelectric dam. To power it up, they needed an artificial lake. So they slowly flooded the historical city until the dam was fully functional. Chicheng now sits about 130 feet, 40 meters underwater at the lake's bottom. But since it has been shielded from the effects of the elements, the metropolis remains in a near-perfect state of preservation. After being covered with water, the Lion City became a forgotten city. But that may soon change. Plans are being proposed to turn the location into a tourist attraction and a diving destination. Number 8. Britain's Atlantis. Divers have discovered the remains of what is thought to be Doggerland. That huge area of land was thought to have been submerged sometime between 18,000 BC and 5,500 BC, and would have ranged from Scotland to Denmark. A team of researchers say that analysis reveals the submerged Doggerland was home to wildlife such as mammoths and reindeer, judging from the fossils recovered, and may have contained mass mammoth graves. Findings suggest that the landmass could have supported human populations numbering in the tens of thousands. Evidence of unusual standing stones and possible burial sites have been detected. Although much of the evidence has suffered from underwater erosion, experts say it's still possible to narrow down the best areas of where indications of life might yet remain. Number 7. Wreck of the RMS Republic. Launched in 1903, this steam-powered luxury liner was known as the Millionaire's Ship because it carried so many wealthy passengers. In 1909, it was en route from New York City to Gibraltar when it entered a thick fog and collided with another vessel, the liner SS Florida. Thanks to distress calls transmitted by a newly installed wireless telegraph, about 1,500 lives were saved. But the RMS Republic sank about 50 miles, 80 kilometers off the coast of Nantucket, Massachusetts. The wreck now lies about 270 feet deep, 82 meters. When the RMS Republic sank, it did so with a rumored $250,000 in American gold coins. Adjusted for inflation, the cargo would be worth more than $7 million today. Some sources claim the amount of gold was even greater and could be worth $1 billion in the 21st century. So far, all searches have turned up empty. Number 6. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. That refers to an anomaly located by a team of Swedish divers in the Baltic Sea in 2011. Divers claim that electronics including cameras and satellite phones malfunctioned due to the presence of a magnetic field surrounding it. On the northern floor of the sea, they reported seeing a strange formation that was about 200 feet in diameter, 60 meters, more than 13 inches thick, 33 centimeters, and had the appearance of rough granite. Located nearly 300 feet below the surface, 90 meters, the object is said to stand on a tall pillar-like formation. That includes a staircase-like structure which leads into a dark hole. Sonar images of the anomaly suggest that it could have a disc-like shape. That has led many to speculate that it could actually be a UFO that crash-landed in the water. Others think it's the remain of an old battleship or even a glacial deposit. So far, the mystery remains unsolved. What do you think? Number 5. The Sea of Galilee Stone. A massive stone object was located at the bottom of the Sea of Galilee in Israel in 2013. The cone-shaped structure is believed to weigh thousands of tons, making it heavier than some modern-day warships. Made of cobbles of basalt and boulders, its construction pattern remains a mystery. The structure measures almost 10 meters high, that's 33 feet, and more than 70 meters in diameter, 230 feet. It's been located over 20 meters, 66 feet below the surface. But experts think it was originally made on land and was submerged over time as sea levels rose. Because the massive object is made from rocks stacked atop one another, it's thought the cairn could have been designed as a type of grave marker. Researchers have come up with a wide estimate for the object's age, placing it anywhere between 2,000 to 12,000 years old. Number 4. Aquaculture. It's also known as aqua farming or fish farming. The term refers to the farming of aquatic organisms including fish, crustaceans, and aquatic plants. Aqua farming cultivates aquatic plants and animals. That's unlike fisheries that catch, process, and sell fish. Concerns over fisheries passing on diseases from processed fish onto wild fish have led to a global expansion of large-scale aqua farming from the Philippines to Scotland. It's proving to be beneficial for the environment and is self-sustainable as well. Some forms of aqua farming use vertical cages filled with giant scallops, which thrive on fish waste and act as a natural water filter. Aquatic plants like sugar kelp assist in converting nitrates and phosphorus into plant tissue. Certain aquatic farms harvest the black salmon, which is a highly valued seafood. Such pens can hold 40,000 fish that are continually cleansed by the water current without using antibiotics. Recent estimates indicate that aquaculture produced 70 million metric tons in 2010. That number is expected to keep increasing in the future. Number 3. Water-breathing spiders. You might say that diving bell spiders can even breathe underwater. That's due to the bell-shaped structure that inspires the animal's common name. First, the arachnids construct their dome-shaped web made of waterproof silk between plants below the surface. Oxygen bubbles are trapped on the fine hairs of its legs and belly. The bubbles are transported to the web and released inside the dome, filling it with air. It takes a few trips until the structure is inflated large enough for the spider to stay inside. The structure serves several purposes, but what's most impressive is how the bubble functions as a gill. The water's oxygen diffuses into the bubble while carbon dioxide diffuses out. That keeps the air in the bubble fresh and breathable. Number 2. The world's largest waterfall. Angel Falls in Venezuela is usually cited as the world's tallest natural waterfall. It has a height exceeding 3,200 feet or 979 meters, which is impressive indeed. But there's another waterfall in the world that is more than 3 times taller, and it's located underwater. The Denmark Strait Cataract is found in the Atlantic Ocean between Greenland and Iceland on the Arctic Circle. At 11,500 feet, that's 3,900 meters, it's the largest waterfall in the world. But since it flows underneath the ocean's surface, you'd never suspect it was there. In fact, the waterfall's turbulence can't be detected without using scientific equipment. Number 1. The ANTIKYTHERA mechanism. In 1901, divers were exploring the wreck of a Roman cargo ship off the coast of the Greek island ANTIKYTHERA when they found a glob of fused metal. At least that's what it appeared like. It was later revealed to be a complex mechanism containing over 30 meshing gears that dated to approximately 205 BC. Archaeologists say the clockwork device was probably used as an orrery, or a mechanical model of the solar system. In addition to predicting eclipses, Greek scientists would have used it to chart the movements of stars and planets. It's unknown how or where the ancient Romans acquired this mechanism, but experts say that similar technologies weren't seen again until the 1400s. The ANTIKYTHERA mechanism is now regarded as the world's oldest known analog computer. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and click the bell for notifications for our next exciting episode, right here on Epic Wildlife.